YouTube faithful, what is going on? It is Saturday, May 11th. I normally don't do videos on Saturday, but we have an early game coming up at 2:30, and on top of that, yesterday was just absolutely a bloodbath. Okay, I gave a triple header play of the day. Edwards, Porter Jr., and Obi, and only MPJ came through. The Wolves just didn't even show up, okay? They acted like they literally were just getting the free win and forgot they're facing the reigning defending champions. So with that out of the way, you're in the bonus round. So this video is going to be quick and a little bit different. I was able to get the spreads right yesterday. I had Knicks plus 7.5 cash, parlayed it with Denver plus 3.5 and cashed that. So that was pretty much my only W. I had Anthony Edwards in literally every contest I played. Contests from days ago that were waiting for him to cash. I did get a few with Michael Porter Jr. cashed, right? So that helped my day, but my chalkboard contests, my chalkboard nuke, I should say, with the boosted payouts, everybody sold on the Wolves. Nobody covered. Nas Reed, Towns, Edwards, all of them sold, okay? But that's why bankroll management is important. So we put that behind us and we move on. And because it was a bad day, I'm giving you guys a bonus video, and I'm going to make a contest entry live on this video for you guys and girls. So first, let's take a look at the spreads. This was OKC plus 2.5 last night. It's now plus 1.5. I took the money line straight up yesterday. I'm wishing I would have took 2 plus 5. Actually, I don't know what I did. I had Spartan put it in for me because I can't place them in my poverty state. But I honestly think in my heart of hearts that OKC either wins outright or we get blown out. Those are the two things that I think. So I went ahead and put OKC money line, I believe, but I was wishing I would have taken plus 2.5. Now seeing that. Boston minus 7.5. I think that is okay. I saw it move to 8, but I don't honestly, when they're these kind of numbers, I don't love it at all. So I just totally faded it. I would take Boston minus 6, but minus 7.5 as the Cavs are at home is a little bit too dicey. In fact, I would tend to lean Cleveland plus 7.5, but I'm just going to fade that game completely. I do think Boston gets the win after getting embarrassed at home. I think they come out tonight and shell them. So that's my take on that. Now here's the deal. PrizePicks doesn't have a lot of lines up today for role players on Dallas and or the Thunder, unfortunately. So I'm forced into using underdog, which is totally fine. And as you can see, Josh Green, 5.5 points is still here on underdog. I was able to go to the Oklahoma Thunder game live the other day, and I had this as my play of the day. He cashed it sweat free. It was exactly how I drew it up, with no Maxi Kleba there. That leaves that perimeter 3-point on the side of the key is completely wide open, and Josh Green is the one that takes that spot. He's going to be shooting at least 2 to 4 3-pointers tonight. I think his points at 5.5 has to be considered. PrizePicks has his demon at 1.5 3-pointers made. They have this here too. You could take that, but I'm just going to stick with this. Even his PRA at 8.5 might be okay, but he's not really somebody that's getting a lot of other stats other than points. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick with this. All right. So that would be leg number 1. Leg number 2, Isaiah Joe, who comes off the bench, who can sometimes get the hot hand. Sometimes he doesn't get any minutes. It's all up to the coach. Dagnalt rotations. But here's the thing. If the game blows out, he still should get run. And also if the game's close, he still should get his 12 to 16 to 18 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and take 5.5 points for Isaiah Joe. PrizePicks doesn't even have a line for this. And in my projection model, you can see Isaiah Joe, 6.5 points is his projection. So it looks good to me. So it's a full point differential. So I'm going to go ahead and put these two in. Make no mistake, these guys are role players seeing very few minutes, low usage rates. It's 100% going to be a sweat. You guys need to understand, it doesn't matter if you make the right play every single day. At the end of the day, it's still gambling. They're still human beings, and they're just going to do whatever they want to do, man. It's not guaranteed. You just have to make the right play and hope for the best. Got to temper your expectations. So I'm going to tell you guys right away that this is going to be a 2-man that I'm taking. In fact, let me lock this in right now. There it is, as you can see. So you can tail or fade. That's up to you. If you do want to tail me, promo code CRUSH, you'll get up to $250 if you deposit. They give you 50% up to $500, so you're going to get $250 if you deposit $500, etc. And you'll get 30 free days of my cord where you'll get access to everything I have, live streams, including my projection sheet. So that's my 2-man for underdog right there. Made it live and in person for you guys. guys. Now, as far as PrizePicks is concerned, we can go over here to DG Fantasy and you can see all the green. 54% or higher is what we're looking for. Remember, here he is, Al Horford, under 26.5 fantasy score, again, is being juiced under. I am taking this again. It's been a wagon. That is going in right away, right out of the gate. And I also have in here James Paxton, over 4.5 hits allowed. My model had him roughly at 4.9. Let's see what his juice is right now and see if there's still value there. Over 4.5, it's 53%. It's minus 133 on Pinnacle. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and put that in as well. So that would be leg number 1 and leg number 2. And then on top of that, as you can see for like Josh Green and stuff, they don't have his points, but they do have his demon. And this is where it gets interesting. Same thing with Joe. If you want to take one of these, either or, I wouldn't hate it. Again, my priority is their points, which is why I took it on underdog. And I have a ton of contests and entries in already. They're posted in my Discord under Captain Slips tab. I let you guys see, mix and match what you want, tail what you want. I made them all last night. Either one of these is in play. I would lean towards Josh Green more because he's going to be shooting that perimeter 3 more often. Isaiah Joe shoots perimeter 3s too, but he can also score with a layup here and there, a coast-to-coast layup. But either one of those is fine. But again, anytime you're taking those demons, you're crazy rolling the dice. I mean, let's be honest here. They're demons. They're not supposed to hit. But either one, or if you wanted to totally gamble and put them in a 2-man, fine. But for this contest, I'm gonna leave him out. I just thought I should mention that for you guys. Now, if Allen were to sit, right, Jared Allen were to sit, Mobley's fantasy score would be elite value, but I think Allen's going to play. But if Allen does sit, you got to put Mobley's fantasy score. He could still get there with Allen, but it is a little bit high for him to get there with Allen in the mix. I think Lou Dort's fantasy can be considered. He has block and steal equity. He plays defense, elite defense. Daniel Gafford at 28.5. Now, Gafford's best line on PrizePicks right now is his R plus A at 8.5. Where is it? Right there. And I do have exposure to that, but his fantasy score, this is the highest his fantasy score has been in a hot minute, but he does have block and steal equity. And since he's returning home, I think it's fine. He almost got there last game, but he didn't quite get there. But if he gets 2 to 3 blocks and steals, I can see him getting 28.5 fantasy score. But this is probably the more valuable play at 8.5. I do like his points, rebounds, assists. I think this is a little high. My model has him going under this. But again, Oklahoma Thunder suffer against big men against the rim. And if Gafford decides to go off tonight, if the Mavs are clicking today, he's going to be an absolute nightmare for us. I'm not a delusional Mavs fan. I'm not a delusional Knicks fan. I'm an OKC fan, and I live in reality, and I understand what our weaknesses and what our strengths are. And I'm telling you right now, if Gafford comes out today with a chip on his shoulder back in Dallas, these are going to be green beans. Unless he gets into foul trouble and some crazy nonsense happens, Gafford's going to be a problem, okay, for my team. So that's something you could consider. So for argument's sake, let's just put in the RA. That could be in there. Then we go back to DG, see what else is hitting over here. Let's filter it down to just NBA for argument's sake. I got to get this video out soon, y'all. Lock is in like 20 minutes. Okay, so Jalen Williams over 3.5 first quarter points. I did take that the other day and it ended up biting me in the nose, but I still think it's okay. But also I see something there. Luka under 10 assists, and I have been taking that for the longest, and I will go right back to it, especially since it's plus EV. Absolutely, I'm taking this. It's been a little bit of a wagon, so I will continue to ride that train. Here you see Daniel Gafford, what I was talking about. They have Giddey here. All those are going to be sweats. Kyrie Irving over 4.5 first quarter points. Yeah, I don't really like that one. Derek White over 1.5 blocks and steals. That used to be a wagon for me. Jaylen Brown over 32.5 PRA. That could be good. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a curveball, and this is the most popular play on the board. One of the most popular plays on the board. Donovan Mitchell's over 39.5 points, rebounds, assists. I'm trying to find a way to get off of it. Pause. But I can't do it. So I think I'm going to put that one in there. And or Shai Alexander over 6.5 rebounds. That is the most popular play on the board, but my model has him going for 6.5 exactly. I think I'm going to have to take that. These are the only reason I don't want to put these in the contest. These two being the popular plays, but I think they're okay. If you wanted to take a 6-man, that would be one that you could take right there. There it is. You can mix and match however you want or do whatever you want. It's It's up to you at the end of the day. If you want my projection sheets, plays, access to the live stream, and the rest of the community, go to CaptainCrush.net, gold package, buy now, bang, $24.99 a month. You'll get your coin back. You're paying for a service, a tool, just like Outlier, just like DG Fantasy, or you can sign up with any of my partners. Use code CRUSH on DG Fantasy, get 25% off, and I'll throw in 30 days of the Discord, and you can use the sheets with DG, and you can literally get all the value in the world, fella. I'm doing the Lord's work here, face it. So that was just a bonus round. The priority was to just come on here and make a contest with you guys. Not a long video, not a lot of analysis. Today and Sundays are my days off. I hope you guys find a W some way, somehow. Remember, the lines are high, the lines are tight. Everything is tight and surgical right now, guys. Pay attention to the projection sheets. Good luck in all your contests. Here's the salute. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.